Hey everybody, how we doing tonight? I hope everybody's doing well. It's nice. It was weird what with the weather here today. We're going to get into the topic here in a minute. Give it a minute for people to jump in here. But the weather here today wasn't bad at all. I mean, they were calling for high winds. Um, haven't had that yet. They were calling like 70% chance of rain. Haven't had the rain yet. So I was just outside. It was actually pretty mild. It's like 58, maybe something like that. Not bad at all. But I know it's going to get worse. Tomorrow they're talking high of 70. And now this is great. So after the high of 70 tomorrow, but rain all day, they're calling for on Friday, we're going to have a high of 46 and then 31 overnight. So unbelievable. Yeah, somebody's not ready for snow, Carlene Jackson. I hear you. Not ready for it either, but I think we're going to get it early this year. I think we're going to get hit hard this year. That's my gut feeling. That's why I actually picked up extra wood. I just have a feeling we're going to get pounded this year. I think it's going to be a really bad winter. So, but anyway, before we get going with everything, I just want to remind everybody that this is a very family-friendly oriented channel. So please, no nastiness. Let's just keep it clean. Let's keep it decent. Be nice to each other as well in the chat. And let's do that, please. And then if you do not, I have these awesome moderators that are lit up in blue. You will see them, and they will boot you out if you act like a jerk. So just don't do it. It's a waste of time. You're not proving anything. So just be decent to each other. Okay. So when I'm done talking, if you have a question, please all cap lock so it stands out for me. It just makes it better. So anyway, we're going to talk about tiny homes, and I've been reading. I do a lot of research on different things, and my mind is like all over the place all the time. And so I'm always looking for different information. And I saw this article. They were talking about tiny homes and how and it's funny. The tiny home movement got real big, and then all of a sudden, a lot of these towns realized they weren't getting the revenue that they were getting off of a regular sized home. So they put in restrictions that the homes had to meet a certain requirement. They had to be a certain size, to be able to live in and stuff like that, because people were just not, they could live a lot cheaper and a lot easier. So I always thought that was really, really interesting. But then this recent article that I read, I was laughing at it. I actually was laughing at it because they were like discrediting all the reasons why tiny homes are bad. I mean, I'm not talking about a home like mine. I'm talking about really truly tiny homes where they sleep in the loft, and so they were saying like when you sleep in the loft, it gets really hot up there because all the heat rises. So the people are finding that it's very difficult because it's too hot. And then if this is cramped and that's cramped, well, yeah, if you're going to live in a tiny home, everything's going to be jammed in together. So, but. Oh, it's all about Sean Wheeler said it's definitely all about generating tax revenue. Absolutely, that's what it's all about. They could care less. It's all about, you got to understand, when you can lower your footprint and get a smaller thing, they can't tax you as much on it. Number one, you can live more frugally and have more money to work with. That gives you money to have to go out and spend the way you want to do it. They don't want that. They want that revenue coming in for them. They want you to be a slave to your home. When how are we slaves to our home? Well, you got the big mortgage payment and you got your taxes, so you have to go to work to pay for all that. Otherwise, they'll take it away, right? So, that's a big part of it. So they're basically, it's forced slave labor. You have to work, or otherwise, it's going to be taken away. So that's not very much fun. Where I am, I can't put in a building on land like you did. I have to actually build a house. Yeah, Kevin H. just said that. Well, you know what? It's like the farther out you get into the country, the better it is as far as doing what you want to do. It works out better that way. I mean, like I said, if you're in a town, you're not going to be able to do what I did, with putting the house like we did here. It's not going to allow it. It's not going to happen. But land of the fee and home of the slave, Mr. Rose just said. Yeah, it's about right. That's about right. Hey, our cabin in the woods, how you doing tonight? But yeah, it's just, that the whole movement. It's a great idea. It makes people, appreciate downsize. I mean, realistically, how much stuff do we need? I mean, as far as materialistic type of stuff. So it definitely makes you look at things differently. And well, I went from a 1912 square foot house to being out here and to being in a 14 by 40 lofted barn that we turned into our home. So, but honestly, we have plenty of room. We absolutely do. Now, it helps that I have the shop. So as you guys have seen, we've done the overhaul in the shop and we've stored a lot of stuff out there. I have the other outbuilding where I keep my Harley, and we have a bunch of stuff in there, and I obviously have the chicken coop as well. So, and the camper. So, we got a lot of other places to put things. But like I said, we've been working on organizing, downsizing, getting rid of a lot of stuff that we don't need, and just getting more squared away. So I know the stuff that I do have, I know where it is. So that makes a big difference. We need shelter, heat, and food, period. Exactly. And who is to say, what company do I use to get internet? Well, it used to be Time Warner, and now it's called Spectrum. They changed it. Spectrum bought out Time Warner, so they do the whole area. This whole area. That is the internet cable company. So I mean, I don't have cable. I just have the internet. So because I don't even own a TV anymore. Don't miss it. I thought it was funny, and honestly, and I'm going to be 100% honest. The only show that I miss, which I can always catch on Netflix a year later, is The Walking Dead. I missed that one. I liked the Discovery channels, Nat Geo and stuff like that. I miss those channels because there was a lot of really good information. But other than that, as far as all the nonsense and the crap and the propaganda on regular television, I don't miss it at all, not at all. So, but and we were paying. Okay, so I'll give you a good example. So 5 years ago, when I lived, before we moved down here, because we just started our 5th year in June. Before we moved down here, I was paying like $240 a month for internet because it was a combo pack. You had the internet, cable, and phone. Okay, so I was paying like $240 a month for all of that. It was $240 or $260, I can't remember, but it was always going up. Every year it was going up. And so when we moved down here, I just straight internet. And I'm going to give you a good example. I just got a deal in the mail, another deal. I get them all the time. But so I just do internet. My internet costs me $65 a month. That's it. So you know what? There's a big difference. That's money that I can use for more important things. I don't need to watch television. I got enough to do. Like I said, I got my laptop. I can watch whatever I want on Netflix without the commercials, which is awesome. And it's anything I want to see or look at is right there on the internet. So it works out really, really well. But so I just got this deal in the mail today. Phone, cable, and internet just for another. So I got my $65 that I'm paying for another $45 or a month for the first year. Yeah, and then they jam you back up again. Not interested. And like I said, I don't even own a TV, so I don't even care. So, and I don't miss it. I really, truly don't. But anyway, Comcast has a $40 flat internet only plan. Oh, okay, that's cool. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, but I think they have a lower one, but I went with a little higher speed so that I could, get things faster, look at things faster. Would I consider my home a tiny house? I would not consider it a tiny house because it's kind of, it's big. As far as, it's 40 foot long, 14 foot wide. So I wouldn't consider this a tiny home. I definitely downsized a lot. There's no doubt about that. I mean, I don't live in a house like I did before. I mean, we had a family room. We had the living room. We had a bedroom downstairs, a half bath downstairs, the kitchen, and then we actually had, like I said, the dining room. Then there was the front room. That was all downstairs. And then upstairs we had a full bathroom and 3 more bedrooms upstairs. And I had a half cellar on top of that as well. So, no, it was definitely a very, very big adjustment going from that large of a house. We were there 8 years. And going from that large of a house to where we are now. And I really, before we moved, I downsized huge. I will feel comfortable in a small house that it's not too big, not too small. Yeah, and that's the whole thing. This is a perfect size. I mean, realistically, how much area do you need? Because the bigger your place is, it's that much bigger you got to heat, that much bigger you got to try to keep cool when it's hot out. So I like the fact that it is smaller, that it's very controlled. Now, don't get me wrong, the clutter can get ahead of you in a hurry. That absolutely happens. Today, Mom and I were working up above here in a loft and getting that organized, which it now is. So, excuse me, tomorrow, because tomorrow's supposed to be raining all day, we are going to work on the inside, getting things organized, getting stuff that I can get up in the loft now that it's absolutely cleaned out and looks great. A lot of stuff is going to go up there, so that that's a good thing. But what I did do today too, I didn't show this on video. I did it later. Is I ended up taking more stone, the gravel. I took 4 wheelbarrows full and finished the path from around the side of over by the chicken coop around back. So that's all graveled now too. So, because somebody's like, yeah, that's what you need to do, because instead of walking in the mud, and I'm like, you know what, they're right. So that's what I did. I just did that this afternoon, probably around 5 o'clock. I think I did that. So that's done. And so now I got to rake out. I can probably actually take a few more loads, believe it or not, off of that pile. And I may do that yet, just to fill in some stuff here and there. But it's coming along. Houses are getting too expensive nowadays due to inflation. Yeah, it's gotten ridiculous to buy a house. I mean, when we bought this, and I'm just going to, I'm always honest with you guys. I'm not going to BS you guys. When we bought our home here, okay, it was a 14 by 40 lofted barn. My payments were, I had to put like an $800 security deposit down in first month's payment. And the first month's payment, well, the monthly payment was $460 a month. But here's the thing. So when I bought this, I had a lot of people go, oh my God, you're going right back into debt. But the difference was, it was a 3-year payment plan, okay, for the house. 3 years, that's it, okay? And after that 3 years, then it's free and clear. You own it free and clear. So what we basically did, we probably put $20,000, I would say, was in that range on the inside of the house. Electrical, fireplace, getting the bedrooms, getting everything, squared away the way we needed to have it squared away. Probably in that range. If I had to really figure it all out, it was probably right in that range of about $20,000 on the inside of the house. But so after, and I actually paid the house off sooner than the 3 years. I actually paid it off, I think, 3 or 4 months early, and I saved money on the end. I ended up saving myself a couple of months of payments by paying it all off early. I think I paid it off 4 or 5 months early. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I paid it off early, and it worked out great. And here's the best part, okay? So now we've been here, we just started our 5th year. After that less than 3 year period of time, I owned my home, okay? And the best part, even better, if I ever decided to leave this property, I could lift this building up, put it on a truck, and take it with me wherever I wanted to go. So if I ever decide to make that move and go south to either Tennessee or South Carolina, I can take my home with me. So it's not like it's stuck here forever. It's not on a permanent foundation. It's up on blocks. And so it works out great. And it gives me that freedom and opportunity to, be flexible in that aspect. But again, why pay? And I want you to think, okay, so when you pay like this huge mortgage payment every month, and then depending on where you are, what your taxes are. When I was in Greece, New York, Monroe County is one of the highest tax counties. I think it is the highest tax county in the country. I mean, the taxes are absolutely ridiculous. I was paying $5,000 a year on my house that I had in Greece. Okay. When we got out here, the taxes out here are a lot less. So those are things you're going to want to look at too. If you're looking to get away, to find a location to be safe, free, as you can be in this day and age, you're going to want to look at those things. I mean, my taxes went down substantially to where it's very, very doable. I mean, I still have my taxes that I have to pay every year, but it's pay them, they're done, and then that's it. You know what I mean? So it's a great feeling. It's a great, great feeling, and not having a mortgage payment. My land is paid for. We have 3 acres here at the homestead, and that's paid for. So I don't have that monthly expense like that anymore. So that makes it nice because we have our own solar system. I don't get a gas and electric bill every month. Okay. I have a 330 gallon propane tank. They come out once a year now in June, and they refill it. I use less than 100 gallons of propane in a year. I can't get the discounted rate because I don't use 600 gallons or more in a year. So, but that's okay. I'm all right with that, But that's okay. But I have that there, and that's a once a year expense. Hey, Dennis, Denise, Denise, I think. Hyatt. Thank you very much for that donation. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. But again, guys, when you lower your expenses, we heat with wood. So what is my expense with that? I either cut the wood up myself or I buy the wood. Okay. I bought a grand total of 10 face cord this year because I had bought 6. We had split and did all the trees that we had took down last fall. Split and cut them all up and got them stacked up. And so then I decided I'm buying wood after that. I don't want to keep cutting my trees down. We needed to clear out that area because of the solar system, so that's what we did. So it's just you weigh the expense, okay? And so different, like we were just when I was in Rochester the other day, and I'm going to give an example. And I was, having lunch with Heather. We were driving, and there was a face cord of wood, and it says $75 face cord. Okay, so 3 face cord. Let me make sure I say it right. 3 face cord of wood equals a cord of wood. I said 4 in a video, which I was mistaken. I was corrected by a bunch of people, which is great. I want you guys, if I make that kind of mistake, I want you to correct me. So 3 face cord equals 1 cord. So just so people know what that is. So one face cord was $75. Down here where we live, I pay $60 a face cord for wood. So that's a big difference, and that's delivered. So if you weigh, this is the way I have to look at it. You have to weigh your time. So if you're doing your wood yourself, you got to go out into the woods. You cut the trees down. Then you got to buck them up. Then you got to split them. All that takes time. What is your time worth? It's a lot easier, in my opinion, to go pick up the phone and go, yeah, bring me 4, 5, 6 face cord of wood. Mom, don't get on the bed. Mom, don't get on the bed, please, because it messes up the thing. All right. Okay. So yeah, I don't want to have it screw up. But okay. I'm sorry. Just all right. Mom's in here. She staggered in. No, I'm only kidding. She said she hasn't. Oh, I got to tell you this, guys. So I don't know if any of you guys have a Walgreens around where you are, but my mom's friend in Florida had said to my mom, well, Walgreens has a sale right now on, the Arizonas, right? The Arizona green teas and all these type of things. They're, 2 for $1, where it's normally 99 cents a can, right? So I was like, really? I said, well, we have a Walgreens in the local town. So I said, let's go down to the old Walgreens and check it out. And they did. So I bought a bunch the other day. I bought 9 of the Arizona, the kind that I drink, because Mom drinks the same kind that I drink. And then I bought a bunch for Heather, and I took Heather like 30 cans for school of the green tea. And so I did that. And then so today we go back, and I wanted to see if they had any more of the green tea there, right? So they did, and I bought it all. 72 cans of green tea. Oh, Mom, take her. I don't want you. It'll mess up. All right. So sorry. Just sometimes it has problems for whatever reason. Okay, leave her alone. Just don't pet her. She'll lay back down. So freaking cat. I gotta show you. Hold on. There she is. Little tiny petite flower Bella.
You bet.
Yeah, she's our big girl. She don't miss any meals. I can tell you that. That cat don't miss any meals. But anyway, So anyway, so we went and bought all this because Mom wanted to take some back when she goes back home. So she wanted like 12 cans. So I'm like, okay. So I got 60 cans of the green tea. Uh, Ed, what is the snow load capacity on your roofing? Is that ever an issue for your house? No, JJ, I've never had an issue with that. We've had some pretty significant amounts of snow on the roof and never had an issue with it at all. And I don't know what the snow load is, to be honest with you, but the way it's set up, the way it's got like a little bit on top and then it kicks off, it comes off. If I had to, I'd get out there with a snow rake or something and pull it off anyway if I had to. So no issues with that at all. So, no, my mom is awesome. I'll tell you what, believe it or not, you wouldn't think that it would make a big difference. But so I got on the ladder and got up into the loft and I was going through stuff and I'm handing her stuff that we're going to take out to the shop. And the amount of time it saves to have that extra pair of hands and that extra person here to do things like that, it's just unbelievable. Otherwise I'd be up and down, up and down, up and down. And there's no way I would have got done what I got done today. So it makes a big, big difference having that extra set of hands. Gamble roofs are very strong and snow tends to slide off metal. Yeah, absolutely. And that's what it does here. I mean, we get to a certain point, and then if the sun comes out, it's just sliding right off. So it's not a problem. Isn't Arizona tea loaded with corn syrup? I don't know. Let's see what it says on here. 70 calories a can. I have no idea, but I don't drink it all the time. I mean, I drink it probably. Well, I always drink it on my video chat days, but I'm not drinking green tea nonstop all day long. But I figure with the amount of that price, I'm going to load up, and it'll last me a long time. So that's why I ended up buying as many as I did. Yeah, I know. Anyway, I just bought 2.4 kilowatt lithium batteries for 300. What a great deal. You need lithium batteries, my man. Yeah, I know I do. And I actually plan on, okay, so I got to tell you this. I just got, and you guys are going to be like, really? I just got my tax return. So my tax lady, I'd given her all my information in April. Actually, I gave it to her in March. Gave it to her all in March. She said, I didn't get to your taxes. I know you're going to get a refund. I did not get to your taxes, but I'll get to them. And I'm like, okay. So I know I'm going to have a refund coming. I'm like, all right, cool. So waiting and waiting and waiting. And I kept calling her going, what's going on with the taxes? Leaving messages. What's going on with the taxes? And as we continue to get going here later in the year, so finally she got the taxes done and got them in a couple weeks back, probably 3 weeks ago. And I just got my federal return. And I'm actually thinking of getting a couple of the lithium ion batteries with that. I definitely want to upgrade. But if I do that, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to switch and do like a toggle switch type of situation where I can switch from the old battery bank to the new ones. And I'm going to go probably, they're a 24 volt battery. And they're not cheap. They're not cheap at all. They're like $1,000 for one of them. But I think that I'm going to do that. You can take those batteries down to like 20%, where with the batteries that I have now, I have Trojan L16Es. Ma, what are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? I'm getting some tomato juice, and I was rinsing out the bottle. Okay, well, don't rinse anything out because the pump keeps kicking on above me. Okay. All right, sorry. She doesn't know. She's... But yeah, look for... batteries used on eBay. The store is called. All right, I definitely will check that out. But yeah, I want to get, like I said, those batteries are no maintenance batteries. They're a good battery, and so you can take them down to a 20%. Where the other batteries that I have now have Trojan L16E batteries. I can only take them down to 50%. And that, then it starts messing with the battery. It kills the life of the battery. And you want to baby your batteries. You want them to last, especially for the cost of them. Yeah, Mom is misbehaving tonight. Well, she's been drinking again. No, I'm only kidding. She's not. Please don't think my mom's a drunk. I mean, literally, she will drink a beer. When we sit outside and have a beer, that's what she'll have. She'll have a beer. So, um, get a new tax person. Actually, my tax person's good. But I can't complain about my tax lady. I mean, other than the fact that this time it took so long, but she had a lot of work to do. I didn't do any of the pre stuff, like get it ready for her. I didn't. I just said, here you go. So that part of it was not fun for her. So, but anyway, so I definitely going to do that in the future for her, get that squared away. So just so you know. Talk to an old railroad lineman. They know how to hook batteries in the series. Oh, I know how to do all that too. I'm not even worried about that. You've had a very busy and productive year. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. Now, you know what? When the weather started changing from summer and hot and bugs all the time to fall, it definitely, like the spring, we got a lot done this spring. But when the weather changed to this fall, we've really stepped it up, and we got a lot done, which is awesome. I feel really good about what we've accomplished this year. And have I looked at Super Calibrator? I haven't looked at that, Sam. So yeah, I haven't looked at that, but anyway. But like I said, I just, I wanted to talk about, the greenhouse. I want to talk about this really quickly. I got a call, actually on the twins' birthday, the guy called me. They got it ready to ship out from his place, and he is in Missouri somewhere. They will be shipping it to St. Louis. Then it gets on freight. It'll be like 2 weeks or so. From once he gets it to them, it'll be a couple more weeks, and I should have the greenhouse here. It's looking like, unfortunately, that I'm not going to be able to do the geothermal beforehand. So that part kind of sucks. We're running out of the time of the year, and Bill wasn't available to get in here and do what he needs to do. But I do want to get the greenhouse up. I want to get some stuff in there. It definitely means when the spring gets here, like I can be out there probably in March. I'm going to have to keep an eye on, the temperature in the greenhouse and see what's going on in there. But I want to try to get things going early this year, this next year coming up, I should say. But I hopefully in the spring, I can get that geothermal in. And I got to look at what that all is going to entail and stuff like that. Hey, Bunny Goodman. I think winter is going to be a rough around here. The South is noticing my cat's furs is really thick. $10 donation towards the greenhouse. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I have a feeling. I've talked to a lot of different people. You can almost feel it in the air that we're going to get hammered this year. I haven't felt like this before. Year to year, you feel, we'll see how it's going to be. But just something about this year. It's going to be a bad year. I just got a feeling it's going to be a really, really bad year. And, what are you going to do? I mean, you just have to survive it. And that's why I bought the extra wood that I did, just to make sure that we're good to go. Once we get into really crappy weather, it's, you feed the fire, you hang out, and you just kind of just chill. And, when I say chill, what do I mean by that? So I'm going to do, actually this winter, what I'm planning on doing, working on getting my ham operator's license. So I'm going to be studying for that, getting ready for that, doing a lot of reading in preparation with the geothermal, the aquaponics. I got a password. I got to go in. I got to study some information online. And so I'm looking forward to doing that and getting that going. There's going to be a lot to do, a lot to get going. And I'm actually really super excited about it. I mean, it's a whole new thing. And it's going to be, to me, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun, so we'll see what happens. I predict cigars with a chance of bourbon. That's funny. Yeah. But, the weather's just been, it's been so off this year. Very, very off. And like I said, I feel like we're going to get hammered this winter. And I just wanted things squared away. I wanted things as ready as I could be ready for. And, I got different things where I want them. I know where everything is now, and I feel comfortable at that aspect of things. So we're getting there. I'm going to be working on the house. Once I didn't want to show you a video of the house today because the house is a freaking mess. So once we get that squared away, I will definitely show you what we did and stuff like that. But sleet and snowing now, high temperature 30 degrees. Wow. Voodoo Queen said that. Yeah, that's no fun. It's going to be here soon enough too, and I know that. Not looking forward to it. Snow on Halloween here, Smitty said. Yeah, we're not going to have the snow. We're definitely going to have rain. We don't get trick-or-treaters up here. You know, I got to mention this. So did a video earlier talking about if the lights went out tomorrow, how prepared are you? You know, and people were very honest, which was great. I mean, a lot of great comments. So I get some Yahoo gets in there, and I actually laugh when I see these comments like this. So he says, all that prepping you're doing is a waste of time because when the time comes, me and my group of 20 are going to come and we're going to take all your food and your guns and your ammo. And I always laugh when I hear that, okay? So first of all, I live on a dead-end dirt road, okay? So there's one way in, one way out, unless you're going to hump through the woods, which those type of people don't hump through the woods, okay? And I'm off a side road. In an SHTF situation, we're not going to drop trees on my road because it's a dead-end dirt road. We're not going to drop them on the other side road. We're going to drop them on the connecting roads. So from there, you're looking at over a mile to walk in from that point. And between there and my house, there's a lot of other properties where people will shoot people at that point if that's a situation that it's called for. So I laughed and so I told him, I said, well, I wish you the very best of luck because they're full of crap. They're just talking out of their wazoo. And, you know, it's just like, and I've talked about this before. In a true SHTF situation, the very last place anybody's going to want to try to go and attack or take things is a prepper compound. Because, you know, hey, Mountain Girl, just donated on your website, having trouble signing into the Apple tonight for some reason. Oh, well, thank you, hon. I appreciate that. That's fine. And I don't know why you're having it's weird. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But thank you very much. I appreciate that, Mountain Girl. I appreciate that. But yeah, so it's just people saying that we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. I just always go, yeah, okay, whatever. If they did come, you know, it's enter at your own risk, I guess is the right terminology. That would be what I would say to any prepper compound, you know, any of them. So actually, they were talking about suburban preppers. No, the person said Kevin, he was talking to me directly. He was telling me I was wasting my time because he was going to come and take my stuff. But no, I mean, even suburban preppers, if you're a prepper, listen, guys, if you are a prepper, you are not just stocking up on food and water and, you know, blankets and stuff like that and lighting. You are covering all aspects of prepping, which includes protection, okay? So when people say that they're going to do this, that, or the other thing, and they don't know what they're doing, this isn't a video game at that point. We're not playing Call of Duty, okay? This is truly life and death at that point. So what do you think is going to happen? So how's little prepper lady doing? As far as I know, she's doing okay. I know she's focusing on school. I haven't spoken with her in a while. But as far as I know, she's doing okay. But I know it's all been about school for her. So, and it's okay. I mean, that's what she decided is her focus, which makes sense. She's trying to make a living. I mean, she's in her 30s, so she's looking, longer term. So it's not a bad thing. Guys, if you haven't shot me a thumbs up yet, I see we got like 472 people in the chat. Would you shoot me a thumbs up? I would appreciate that. Someone's not being family friendly. Guys, please watch the language. Be family friendly. Let's not be nasty. With Heather at college, I can't blame anyone else for a messy house. Well, her room is the worst. I'll be honest with you. Heather's room is bad. The last time she came home, I told her, Kicked one troll out already. Okay, good, JJ. Thank you. It's so unnecessary, but people feel like they're gonna still. Ooh, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna do it. Whatever. That's why I have my moderators who are absolutely awesome. Um, he's gonna get his tractor guy to dig the trench. Yeah, I'm gonna have. So somebody was asking. Okay, my bulldozer guy that does my bulldozing work, he's gonna come in and dig the trenches for me so that I can lay the geothermal in. But I'm gonna still try. Like I said, we don't know what the weather's gonna be, but I'm gonna still try to get it done before the weather really, really turns. But I don't know if that's gonna happen, to be honest with you. But oh, I definitely will do that, Sean. Yeah, with the solar lighting, I will definitely, when I put that up for the birds, I will definitely show that. I will do that for sure. So I'm looking for a greenhouse, and if it's too close to me. I'm not sure what you meant by that. The redneck prepper. I'm not sure what you were saying. What company did you go through for the greenhouse? Okay, I'm gonna when it gets here, guys. I want it to be a surprise. Is what I want it to be. I will share all that information with you at that time when we're going to do that. So, because I want to, when we get it, I want to explain everything that we got and why we got it, because I got extra stuff that I felt we needed for the greenhouse. Okay, because I have a base unit, and the base unit costs a certain amount, and then different things were extra. So I'm gonna just leave it at that for right now. Bear with me. I will explain everything. I'll be talking about this company. They were awesome to work with. The guy was absolutely fantastic. Made in America, mom and pop organization, and I think that's awesome. So that's going to be really, really cool. Okay, so just so you guys know, but I will share everything with you. I'm not going to share what the cost of things were, but I will tell you, what we got with the greenhouse and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I'm excited. I am excited for the greenhouse project. Like, you have no idea. There's another surprise that's actually coming as well. That should be here within the next month as well. And that's going to be wild. So, do you buy canned milk? No, actually, George, what I do is I buy powdered milk and I vacuum seal it and I put it away. So that's what I do as far as that goes. So I do have the powdered milk. I actually got quite a bit of powdered milk packed away already. Covering and then covering again. Yeah, exactly. Oh, the canned butter. Yeah, when I saw the canned butter, and it was 96 cans, just so you know, because it was 24 in each case, and it was 4 cases. So yeah, it's 96. So I was just like, holy crap, that was a lot of butter. So I brought a can in the house, and I will be trying it, and I will let you guys know. Maybe what we'll do is we'll do it on video, me and Mom, opening it up and trying it on a piece of bread and seeing how it tastes. But nope, didn't try the butter yet, but we will. I'll do it on video, I promise. Did you know that it's $15 a can? I did not. I did not know how much it was, but that is a lot of butter. It's a lot of butter. I couldn't believe it. When I saw that it was 4 cases of butter, I was like, holy crap. Absolutely awesome. And, like I said, man, guys, when I'm telling you when I say that I am blessed, I am truly blessed. There's, it's awesome that somebody thinks that much, that they would want to do that. And it's very, very humbling, very, very humbling, because, I'm just trying to share everything that we're doing here, share our lives, and show what we're trying to accomplish. And it's just, it's amazing. It's amazing. There's a lot of amazing people out there. And I'm going to tell you what, if I ever get to be this huge channel, if I ever end up having 1 million subscribers and all that type of stuff, you're going to see me giving back big time, because, I absolutely plan to. I absolutely plan on, if I get to a point where I can do it, I will definitely be giving back, and I'm looking forward to doing that. They also make canned cheese, Pat said. I heard that they did that. I heard that they did that. Um, you can give away the butter. Well, that wouldn't be worth it. Or not worth it. I can't do that because it was a gift. To be honest with you, I can't. I'm not going to give away something that was given to me. When somebody makes that kind of thing to you, it's I'm not going to do it as a giveaway. I mean, that doesn't make, if I'm going to do a giveaway, guys, and I'm actually thinking, because right now I'm at 74,600 and change. We just hit 74,600 the other day. I'm thinking that it's 75,000 because they've slowed me down so much. I'm really going to do it. I'm going to do a giveaway. It's 75,000 subscribers. So if you know anybody out there and you want to tell them, say, hey, listen, go subscribe to this guy. Let's get him. We're talking 400 more subscribers puts us at 75,000. I want to do a giveaway at 75,000. So cheese is cheaper and better waxed. Mickey just said that. Yeah, I'm keeping that butter for my preps. You're absolutely right, Sean. That is something when the time comes that's going to be awesome to have. You can give some to mom. I did give some to mom, but that's mom is family. So I told her to take. I think I gave her 6 cans, and told her to take it to my sister's house. What is the name of the company? I think for the butter, I think it's Red Feather, I believe. I would have to look and see. If you go back and look at that video of the unboxing, I show it right there. Alaska Prepper shows how to wax store-bought cheese and have yet to watch him do it, though. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, yeah, Red Feather. Yep, it was Red Feather. Okay. I thought it was. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Yeah, I can't give mom away. Mom, we have a good bantering, fun relationship, but mom pushes me, though. I will tell you that. She, I joke around that I work her like a Hebrew slave. She works me like a Hebrew slave. She's like, come on, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. And I'm like, okay, let's relax. I have to slow her down sometimes. But no, she's been a huge help. And it's awesome. It really makes a big difference. And someone asked if you have PN1 shirts. Yes, I have them on my website. We have, if you go to my website, preparedness1.com. Oh, and I'm going to mention something else here, too, I'm thinking about. Thank you for reminding me. We have on preparedness1.com, we do have T-shirts. We have coffee mugs as well. We got I think we got 3 or 4 different T-shirts available. And I think there's like 3 different coffee mugs as well. So I did want to mention, and thank you for bringing up the website because I would have totally forgot to mention this. Starting on Friday, and we're going to be doing a sale, okay, with the Legacy Freeze-Dried Foods. What we decided we're going to do, and this is my sale, this isn't Legacy's sale. We're doing, on the 60 meal bucket is going to be 15% off on the 60 meal bucket. On the 120 meal bucket combo is going to be 20% off, okay? And then the 183 sample pack, which is 183 meals in the mega sample pack, we're going to do 25% off on that. So that sale is going to start on Friday. So if you are interested, you go into the website, preparedness1.com, sign in. You're going to see the promo codes, whatever one that you would be interested in. You do that, and it'll take that when you cash out. The discount will be when you cash out. Do I have hoodies? I do not have hoodies at this time. I do need to get those. I know that, and I definitely will. So let's see. But yeah, it's so that's what's going to be going on. We're going to probably run that for about 10 days, I think. We're going to run that sale for 10 days. It'll say right up on the top when obviously it's starting Friday, so that'll be available Friday, and it'll have an end date on there too, so you'll see that. But I think what we're going to do is from that Friday all the way through that week, through the following weekend, and we'll end it on a Sunday. So that's how we'll do that. Let's see. Hey, love from West Virginia. Hey, thank you very much, Will. I appreciate that. West Virginia is a beautiful area, too. I've been up through that area. Very, very beautiful area. Let's see. Pleasant Hill Gardens has red feather butter for $8 a can, somebody just said. Yeah, the detail, Mike's saying that the details will be on the image on the top of the page. When you go on to preparedness1.com, the details will be up there. So if you go in there Friday and you want to look at that, that's how you do it. Oh, just so you know, too, guys, if you want to help support the channel, too, we have ads now on the website as well. If you go in there and click the ads on the website, and that's going to definitely help us out as well. If that's another way to help the channel out, if you would like to do that, that's awesome, and I would appreciate that. Do I have any Cajun food? I do not have any Cajun food. I do like Cajun food, though. I really, really do like Cajun food. So I've had it before, but I don't have any in my stocks. Yeah, you don't have to buy anything from the ads, guys. Just Mike's saying here, he goes, you don't have to buy anything from the ads. Just click on the ads. We'll throw some change Ed's way. Yep. So if you want to do that, guys, if you don't, then don't do it. But if you would do that, that definitely helps us out here and supports what we're doing. And it helps me, have money to work on different projects. And because I'm going to tell you right now, the whole greenhouse thing and what I plan on doing with everything, you have no idea how excited I am about that whole thing. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be a lot of work, but I think it's going to be very, very cool. Your opinion on expiration dates on canned foods. Okay. With canned foods, they have what they call the best by date. It's not an expiration date. And what the best by date is on a can of food is basically saying that the peak nutritional value will start to dissipate after that date. Okay, so it doesn't mean the food is bad. As long as your can is not swollen out, having dented cans definitely hurts it. But if you have, if you pull the top off and you smell it and it doesn't smell right, then don't eat it. Okay, but I've eaten canned foods, guys, years and years and years past the expiration date with no ill effect at all. Food will last a long, long time past the expiration date. Or it's not even an expiration date. It's the best by date. Okay. So all it does is start to lose nutritional value. But here's what I want you to think about. If we're in an SHTF situation and you're in that situation and you come upon a can of beans and that can of beans is 2 years past the expiration date, are you going to care? You're going to open up that can of beans, and if it smells okay, you're going to eat it. Okay, that's the reality. So canned goods are definitely, you can go a long, long time past. Now, I'm going to tell you what, acidic tomato-y paste type of base foods, they don't last. I've had cans of like tomatoes and the paste and stuff like that. They don't last. I've had to throw a ton of them out because the acid in there eats through the cans, and it does it. So I don't even. I keep some of that just because for general use. But those acidic type of things, they do not last at all. Load up on Spam. Yeah, Spam is a good way to go too. Absolutely. I ate 5-year-old can of soup. People at work thought I was nuts. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that, and it's fine. I like I said, a lot of my stuff. I eat my older stuff. I have no problems with it at all. So, that's, and like I said, it's for an SHTF situation. That's why I have a lot of the canned goods as well. So, let's see. Get powdered tomatoes sauce. Stuff will last for 30 years. Okay, it's good advice. Absolutely good advice. Yeah, if you can get the powder stuff, the dehydrated stuff, then absolutely do that if you can. Absolutely. Guys, if you haven't shot me a thumbs up yet, if you would do that, I would appreciate it. We're at, 255? And we got like 439 people in the chat. So I get tomato products in glass jars to last longer. That's a good idea, Sandy. Very, very good idea. Yeah. Now, the sauce, I get the Wegmans tomato sauce, and that used to be in glass jars. Now they have it in the plastic. That's going to be okay too. Those will last a long time. But when you have like the small cans of the tomatoes, the tomato paste, and tomatoes in a can, that's where you have your problems. Do you hunt for game at any time during the year? I hunted when I was younger. I don't need to do it now. If I needed to do it to survive, I absolutely could do it. I have no problem with hunting. I have nothing against hunting. I just feel for myself right now, I don't need to do it, so I'm not doing it. But to each their own. Like I said, in an SHTF situation, I'm absolutely hunting. I have no problem with that part of it. And cleaning it up and eating it afterwards. I have a lot of friends that hunt, and I've had venison. I love venison. Venison is great. So, what is going to be the best antibiotics for a crisis? You know what? It really depends on the individual. Some people are allergic to different things. So, as far as antibiotics goes, it really depends. Go with what you know you can work with, and that's what I would do. If you can, if penicillin works for you, get penicillin. If it's amoxicillin, get amoxicillin. It really depends on what works for you as far as an antibiotic goes. Advice for a good first aid kit. There's a lot of them out there, guys. If you can get there, see, I would rather, for me, I like piece things together when it comes to a first aid kit. There's certain bandages that I like. There's certain, tools that I want to have in my first aid kit. I want to definitely have a sewing kit, meaning so that I can sew somebody up. So it's got that hook so you can sew a person up, that type of thing. They have minor surgery kits that you can pick up. I would definitely recommend getting those type of things. You can get military grade stuff that they use in the field, that your corpsmen use. That's what I would recommend. Get as much of that type of stuff as you can. Yeah, don't forget to put a hacksaw in your first aid kit too. Yeah, right. Well, I'm going to tell you what. I actually have in the shop, and I showed it a couple years ago. I bought a bone saw, okay? And it's, they say it's for deer and stuff like that. But in an emergency situation, if you have somebody that has gangrene or something like that in their leg and you're trying to save their life, you're going to need a bone saw. So, unless you plan on using the wobbly saw like that, you know what I mean? You do what you have to do. And that emergency, a curved needle, that's correct. Yep, Lori Austin just said that. Thank you, Lori. But, you do what you have to do. But I absolutely have a bone saw in preparation that if I needed to do that. So a metal saw will work for cutting bones. Okay, that's cool. What do we got here? What are some good cooking oils to have? There's a lot, just general oils. I mean, olive oil is a great thing to have. Olive oil will last a good long time. You're looking for shelf life. If you're looking for cooking oils, you definitely want to go with the shelf life. Somebody just said coconut oil. But yeah, you want to go with something that's going to have a nice long shelf life. JJ just said Crisco. So it depends on what you're comfortable with, that's whatever you're used to cooking with. But like I said, like your olive oils and stuff like that, they definitely have a longer shelf life. But, if you have stuff that you're using in your rotation, again, the biggest thing I want people to remember when SHTF happens, guys, and I've said this over and over and over again, the day the balloon goes up, let's say, that when that happens, whatever it could be, you're going to have what you have. Somebody had made a comment, well, if the power's out, they'll just lock the stores up and they won't let people go shopping. I think people are really delusional to a degree. Now, I'm not trying to discredit what that person said. They're right. They probably would do that. But what will happen is people will break into that store and they'll steal everything that's not nailed down. That's what will happen in a true emergency, crazy situation. I mean, we've seen it over and over and over again. I mean, you see when people are just looting. They'll go into a store and they clean everything out of that store. If you are starving and you're hungry, you think you're going to be concerned about that it's locked up and you're not allowed to go in there? No, you're going to go in there and you're going to get what you need to get, so. Somebody said store plenty of charcoal when the lights go out. Well, you know what? You can actually make charcoal pretty easy as well. You know. Yep. Keep updated on your dental work, your glasses, prescriptions, etc. So I wanted to show you guys. I don't know if anybody noticed. I'm going to put them on for a second. Do you notice anything different about these glasses? They're new. My other glasses were fine, but I talk about all the time. One is none, two is one. So I actually, Walmart is where I got my new glasses, and I actually plan same type of frame. I plan on getting another pair. My old glasses are put away, and they're a backup. I plan on getting another pair here. And thank you very much, Paula. Thank you she said they look very nice. Thank you. I plan on getting another pair, and that's all part of preparation. It's nice to have backup stuff. If you don't have backup stuff when the time comes, you don't have anything. So, yes, that is a bottle of Patron, but the bottle of Patron, I was given the empty bottle by my sister. I use it for coins. I've been a coin collector since I was a little kid. My oldest coin that I have an 1843 half penny from Canada. So that's the oldest coin that I have. But getting glasses, my wife Robin just said, I'd look sexy with glasses. Well, thank you, Ace. Tell your wife I said thank you very much. Oh yeah, JJ said, don't forget to stash a couple bottles of whiskey, many other uses other than getting hammered. Actually, I say vodka. I have vodka stashed away, and periodically I'll go down and I'll buy a couple bottles at a time. And I buy cheap vodka when I do that, because the good vodka that I drink Absolute vodka. If I'm going to drink vodka, I drink Absolute, okay? If I am getting it to put away for emergency, for an antiseptic, or those type of things, I buy the cheap vodka for that. So Happy Elf said I have a lot of whiskey. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I picked up a bottle of a good sized bottle of Fireball, so I have that as well. So I've been slowly building up the booze to keep set aside as well. So grain alcohol, yeah, Mary, that's absolutely a good way of doing it as well. Brandy is good as well. Yep, exactly. So there's a lot of alcohol has a lot more uses than just getting hammered. So how do you store gasoline for long term? Okay, good question, Sandy. The best way to store gasoline, they have a stabilizer. It's called Stabilize. And if you are looking, now what I do, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I do, and anybody that's watched the channel knows, and they're going to go, oh God, here he goes again. But because you asked, I'll explain. What I do is I keep 60 gallons of gas on hand at all times. That's what I do, okay? And I may increase that. I probably will increase that. But what I do is every 6 months I rotate that gas. So after every October, so I just did it this month, okay? And I've already switched it all over. I use up every bit of that gas that I have. I'll put it in the car, and then I'll take the empty canisters and I go and I fill them back up. And then I will do it again in April. So I rotate my gas every 6 months. Now I also have Stabilize, it's a stabilizer, which will keep that gas to make it last up to 2 years. Okay, so that's a good thing to have as well. So I have that as well. I don't use that now because I don't need to, but I have it in case of that emergency situation. The one container I have, it will stabilize up to 80 gallons of gas. So and then I have another one as well. So that's definitely a way to go with that as well. So that's how I do it. If that works for you, then that's great. But if you're going to get gas and you're going to keep it on hand, rotate it every 6 months now. And then when that emergency comes up, then you add the stabilizer and use it very sparingly. Use it sparingly because you might not get any more. So that's something to think about as well. Hey, L. Gibson, a prepping doctor told me to stock up on Amerigel for wound care for cuts, seams, and heals much faster with no infections. Amigel, Amerigel, Amergel, I guess that's how you say it. And thank you for that information. That's good to know. Yep, thank you very much. I will definitely have to go out and look for. I got so much stuff, guys. Medical stuff. Oh my God. I was looking when I was going up here today, and I kept all my medical stuff in the house, but a tremendous amount of stuff. I was like tote after tote after tote. But that's okay. In an emergency situation, again, when that time comes, you're going to have what you have. So definitely not a bad thing to have a lot of stuff. Rule number one about prepping: don't talk about your preps to anyone, especially strangers on the internet. LOL. Ravenwood. Well, I'm trying to share information, Ravenwood. I'm pretty isolated where I'm at. I have a decent group that I plan on working with when the time comes. And like I said, I'm not really concerned. If somebody decided they were going to come here and try to take some things, it really would be a bad day. I am ex-military. I was in the Army. So, I know what I'm doing, okay? And, yeah, I'm putting myself out there, but the way I look at it, it's worth the risk because I'm trying to help people, and that's what it's all about to me. Like somebody said to me, I wouldn't be so close to the road. What people don't realize is, and I've talked about it, obviously, and I don't talk about it in every video, I live on a dead-end dirt road. The only people that come down here are the people that live here. From the main road, you cannot even see my place. You can't see my solar racks. You can't see any of that, even in the wintertime, from the main road. So, yep, you protect yourself, your family, and your stuff. You got that right. You absolutely got that right. Hey, Ace Lindsay, thank you very much. You are amazing. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Let's see. Learn natural antiseptics and cleaning cleansers like pine. Yeah, well, you know what? I just got those medical books too that just came in. Oh my God, it's freaking 9 o'clock already. How did that happen, guys? Oh my, I can't believe it went that fast. Anyway, so we got to do it. We got to do We Are Legion. Got to do what We Are Legion. Don't go. Nobody jumping the gun here, guys. No jumping the gun. Wait till I say it. We're all over the country, all over the world. Where's everybody from? Where's everybody from tonight? We got Sodus, Michigan, North Dakota, Orlando, Florida, BC, Canada, North Carolina, Ohio, Linden, Texas, California, Texas again, New Zealand, Fayetteville, North Carolina, Northern Florida, Georgia, Colorado, Connecticut, Ohio, Denver, Boston, Missouri, the UK, Florida, Ontario, Canada, Chile, New York, nice. Let's see, we got the UK, very nice. South Carolina, Vegas, Tilson. We got Oshawa. I missed that one, guys. Sorry. Grayson, Kentucky, Houston, Texas, Belgium, West Virginia, Jacksonville, Florida, Miami, Florida, West Virginia, Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, West Virginia, Oregon. We got Buffalo. We got Maine, South Carolina, Illinois, Perkin, Ohio. Guys, you know what? We're all over the place. We got Riverside, California there. So we're all over, guys, and we are this huge family. We're a huge network of people, and you don't realize how much power and control all of us can really have with working together. And I think it's important that we try to work together if we can. Networking is huge, and when the time comes, we can really make a difference with helping people if we want to. I plan on helping. That's just who I am. You don't have to if you don't want to. Everybody has an individual choice to do that or not. But everybody, is their own choice. But I think that we have an opportunity with being awake that we can really, truly make a difference. I really think we can. So before we jump off here, we're at 312 on a thumbs up. If you haven't shot us a thumbs up yet, if you would do that, I would appreciate that. Have you talked about colloided silver as a prep item? It's been discussed many times before, Christiana. Yep, it's been. We've talked about that quite a bit in there. So. But anyway, guys, I do appreciate all of you. I appreciate you joining me for these chats. Love sharing information, especially, like I said, a lot of great comments, a lot of great people here. I want to thank my moderators. They do a great job keeping the chat clean, so I really, truly appreciate them. They do a fantastic job. And remember, guys, we do have that sale starting on Friday, so if you're interested, definitely check that out. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please do so. Like, comment, share. Make sure you hit that bell icon so you get updated notifications. One shot tonight, guys. We got the whole show in without having to do it 3 or 4 times, which is awesome. So anyway, guys, have a great night. I will see you all tomorrow. Mom and I will be back to work tomorrow, and hopefully I can show you a clean house tomorrow, which would be nice. Okay? I will see you later. Have a great night. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.